雰囲気も嫌いじゃねえし、なんつうか出会っちまったよな。
工藤さん、すっかり恋してますね、クーロンに。
ん
Kowloon generic romance. This was episode number 5. Last week, I really dug into the episode and just the show overall about being like over mystery. Like, I understand that the show is based on mystery and it wants you to ask questions. It wants to lead the horse by the carrot. It wants to have you like think of all these possibilities. But eventually, or like, not even eventually, just it could be a little too much. It's like, let's say that they're all in a simulation. By the time that we get to that point, do I even care anymore? Like, I don't think I do. Let's say they're all clones. Do I care anymore? The list kind of goes on, right? Like, 𝐒𝐻𝐳 at this point, like, if she were to step out of whatever version of Kowloon is there now, would she just disappear? Like, would she just no longer, you know, be a thing? Is she an autonomous robot or something? You know, it seems like they're just a visualization. It seems like they're not legitimate. And then at the end of the episode, it looks like you had Gwen going to the real Kowloon. So it seems that him and the doctor know the fake Kowloon, and then they know the real Kowloon. So it seems like the Kowloon is just being projected, and that's why they're able to kind of move things and whatever. So then the people there, are they not real? Because it seems like right now we have, whatever his name is, not 𝐒𝐻𝐳. We have the male MC. Again, man, I've been sucking with names today. Today's been a rough day. This is like my 6th anime I've watched today, so my names really suck. But this episode, we watched Hajime have a dream, and because he's remembering certain events and things that specifically happened, it seems like he's causing tremors or earthquakes within the world. So it seems like he's shaking the fabric of reality, essentially. This also happened with Raiko before, and it seems like this happened with 𝐜𝐿 as well, when 𝐜𝐿's faith in her current form was kind of being shaken. So what does all of it mean, you know? And do I really care enough? Like, I think mystery, murders, dramas, romance, a lot of these smaller niche genres outside of like the main genre of anime, right? If you have like, you know, outside of like shonen and action and adventure and fantasy, when you have these smaller genres of anime and when I say smaller, I mean they're not getting 12, 15, 20 anime a season. They're getting like 1 or 2 or 3 anime. And I would put mystery and music and romance and thriller and drama and slice of life. I would put all the smaller genres in those genres. Like you might be getting a handful, you know, maybe a few anime in a season that fit that bill. This season, I think you're just, if you want mystery, this is it. I think you're getting this one. So it's like, when we have it, it's like, okay, these end up walking a fine line of really interesting and potentially really boring. And this episode, I don't know if I was bored, but I wasn't exactly like enthralled and really like, I wasn't like captured and enamored by the episode. I was just like, okay, here's another thing. Here's another, you know, trick in the book. You had the blonde girl, which was, is her name 𝐜𝐿? Yeah, you had 𝐜𝐿 who was suddenly looking like the past version of herself. And apparently she was an actor before and she escaped her mother, and her mother was very controlling and she felt like she was turning into her mother and she had no individualism and she felt like she was not able to do anything. So she beelined it to Kowloon. Now, is this version of her in Kowloon right now? Is this actually her, or is this just another depiction, clone, vision, or something else? Because we've had other characters like the little guy who was called to Miyuki's office, who was a character within the Kowloon, but the moment the real him turned to the city, he disappeared. So we don't know who's real and who's fake. And that even extends to Hajime. You know, he came from Japan to Kowloon, but did he come to the prior version of Kowloon that was destroyed that now Gwen's going to? Did he come to this version of Kowloon? And it seems like if you don't exist in this version of Kowloon, you can come to this other version of Kowloon. But if you do exist, then you might disappear, or the other version of you might disappear. So it's like, again, I just think we're being over mysteried. And I don't know how I feel about it. I'm pretty like even Stevens about it. I think this episode was a 6 out of 10. I think it's gorgeous. I think the show is a showstopper. It's a feast for the eyes. I think it's gorgeous. The actual story, though, is just so murky that I don't know if I'm a fan of it. Like something legitimate crazy to where they actually just say, this is the fucking thing. Like they need to just say like, this is the thing. Instead of like, you know, is it this? Is it this over here? Is it this? Oh, you thought they were clones. Guess what? Not clones. They're simulation. Then they're going to go, oh, not simulation. They're clones. You know, it's like, okay, they need to just give us a legitimate thing and be like, okay, now I know this thing. Now I can move on to the next speculation. But when it's all speculation, I don't know. Anyways, I know I'm just shitting on it, but I do like it. It's just, I feel like it might be too much of the non-answers. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. I appreciate you guys being here another week. Kowloon, you know, again, it continues to be the prettiest show of the season for sure. I think it's definitely one of the gems of the season. I just don't know how I feel about the investigatory sci-fi mystery aspects of the show unless they actually start answering some of the questions. You know, there's a ton of questions out there. Maybe there's 10. Answer 2 questions. And then let's move on to the next thing, you know? Anyways, that's how I feel. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for watching the review. 6 out of 10 for me this episode. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.